My boys won't hesitate to run up on you.
Helicopter, helicopter. Paracofer, paracofer. Helicopter, helicopter. Siya ma ko treba. Paracofer, paracofer. Dapat sa neba. Helicopter, helicopter. Koliko treba zla.
7 types of communicative strategies.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our oral communication class. Before we proceed to our new topic this week, I would like to ask, how did your semester break went? What did you guys do during your break? Mr. Hipólito, what did you do during your break?
Spending time with the fam and going to the mall po.
Thank you. How about you, Mr. Iturralde?
Online shopping and live selling po.
Okay. So, before we move on to our new topic, I would like to have a recall from our last topic. How to achieve communicative competence. In order to achieve communicative competence, we must consider the following one. If you want to answer, please open your microphone and please raise your hand. And your answer must be in English. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Ripin.
In order to achieve communicative competence po, we must consider speech context.
Okay, that's correct. How about you, Mr. Iturralde?
Speech style po.
Okay, that is correct too. Miss Basco, how about
Speech
you?
act po.
Correct.
Speech act.
Okay, correct. Mr. Hipólito?
Speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategies po.
Thank you for your answers. And now our topic for this week is principles of effective speech writing. Phil, what do you think makes a speech effective?
The capacity to make a connection and give knowledge that is either essential, engaging, or both is what makes a speech effective. The positive outcomes are their enhanced presentation and verbal communication have indeed been evident and far-reaching, and listeners have a lot more fun as a result.
Can you repeat it, Miss Ripil? Because my interconnection is unstable while you are answering.
Yes po, ma'am. The capacity to make a connection and give knowledge that is either essential, engaging, or both is what makes a speech effective. The positive outcomes of their enhanced communication of their presentation and verbal communication have indeed been evident and far-reaching, and listeners.
In the previous module, you discovered how a shift in speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy affect the language form, duration of interaction, relationship with the speaker, and the roles and responsibilities of the speaker, content of the message, and delivery. In this section, you will learn techniques and methods on how to make your own speech. We are going to look closely at how you can write a speech masterpiece, starting with how you should analyze your target audience up to refining your speech as to logical organization, word choice, and grammatical correctness. Okay, a good speech requires days or even weeks of preparation depending on the topic and the availability of materials needed. While many are expert enough to compose their speech a night before they deliver it, seldom that it became very successful for a beginner writer. For this reason, careful planning is important to come up with a well-written speech. While planning for writing your speech, you should consider the following principles. Okay, can somebody read this? Please raise your hand if you want to read. Okay, yes, Ms. Basco, please read.
Audience profile. One of the most important aspects of developing your speech is knowing your audience, specifically the general age, gender, educational level, religion, language, culture, and group membership.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. Hipólito, please read.
Logical organization. Once you're done analyzing your target audience, the next part is to organize your speech manuscript. The logical organization or arrangement of thoughts when it comes to speech writing can be defined as all aspect of your writing that helps the reader move smoothly from one sentence to the next and from one paragraph to another.
Okay, thank you. So please raise your hand if you want to read. Okay, Ms. Rapil, go ahead.
Duration. This format is adaptable to a speech of almost by any length. By doing this, you can actually monitor the time and length of your speech or so the called duration.
Okay. Okay. Last, Mr. Iturralde.
Word choice. The speaker should carefully use the correct word in writing the speech. The use of conversational language helps put the audience feel at ease and creates a special bond between the speaker and the audience.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Grammatical correctness. The speaker should carefully use the correct word. In writing the speech, the use of conversational language helps put the audience feel at ease and creates a special bond between the speaker and the audience. Mr. Hippolito, what is your idea and give an example about one of the principles of effective speech writing?
Choosing a topic has an impact to the listeners. The topic may be up to the speaker, but more often, the speaker is choosing a topic has an impact to the listeners. The topic may be up to the speaker, but more often, the speaker is given topic because the central theme of program or presentation in the topic reading has a general purpose.
Okay.
And my example about the principle of effective speech is word choice. Thank you po.
Okay. Now let's move on to the three parts of written speech: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Okay, can somebody read the introduction? Please raise your hand if you want to read. Principles we should comply with when writing your speech. And can somebody read this? Please raise your hand if you want to read. Okay. Yes, Ms. Repeal, please read the introduction.
The introduction is the most crucial part of the speech. It is generally only 10 to 15% of the time the speaker spends speaking. According to Range 2012, the good introduction serves 5 functions. First, you should be able to gain audience, attention, and interest. Second, it states the purpose of your speech. Third, it establishes your credibility, and it should provide reasons for your audience to listen, and your introduction should preview the main idea of your speech.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, who wants to read the body? Please raise your hand. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Hippolito.
The body of the speech is the core part of the speech that addresses the main ideas and principles of the speech. It consists of the main points.
Okay. Please read this too.
This is presented using methods of organization. The first is problem solution order. The second is categorical or topical order, chronological order, comparison and contrast order, spatial or geographical order, and space. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Eteralde, can you please read the conclusion?
The conclusion. After writing the body of your speech following the methods of organization, the last thing that you need to work on is how to end it. The conclusion functions as the summarizer of the entire. The conclusion has to be written using different strategies.
Okay. And please this too.
Conclusion. The conclusion has to be written using different strategies. Present summary. Repeat the key ideas presented. Repeat the central idea for emphasis. Go back to the strategy used in the introduction. Signal the end of your speech. And with the impact, thought-provoking questions, humor, quotation, and a call for action.
May I ask, Mr. Iturralde, what are the 6 methods of organization, and can you please further elaborate it?
6 methods of organization are: first is the problem solution order. The second method is the categorical or topical order. The third method is the chronological order. The fourth method is the comparison and contrast order. The fifth method is the spatial and or geographical order. And the last is the casual order. Problem solution order. Who explains the problems? Categorical topical order is the one who divides the topic. Chronological order is for the order in which event took place from past to the present. Comparison and contrast order, saying everything you have to say about the first subject you are discussing. Then move on and make all the points you want to make about the second subject. Spatial or geographical order is an organization structure in which details are presented as they were located. Casual order is to illustrate the cause and effect relationships. That's all, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer, Mr. Iturralde. And before I forget, may I ask Miss Pasco, what did you learn for today's lesson?
What I learned today is that to achieve communicative confidence, we must consider the language context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategies. I also learned that there are 5 principles we should comply with when writing speeches. These are audience profile, logical organization, duration, word choice, and last is grammatical correctness. The last thing I learned for today is the 3 parts of written speech: the introduction, the body, the conclusion. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And this is the end of our discussion for today. I will see you next week, and thank you for participating in our class.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, ma'am. Ingat
Thank you
po.
po,
Thank you
Keep
po.
ma'am.
safe. Keep safe.
Tong, 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 tong. Oy, TikTok na.
Excited.